small these guys are, they normally get bricked pretty bad. You might have to use a Dino Charge just to clear some things out of the way. Weapon Surge makes it so that if they do block with that Wolf token or the Hunt Master of the Fells, see you later, Alligator.
Yeah, so he's got this really aggressive, pushy build of mono red. No 3-drops, no Reckoners, no Pyre Heart Wolves.
Yeah, and he has 3 Hell Riders, and I like that as like a curve topper. I actually do. You know, if you're going to if you're going to actually play like an expensive card, I think the Hell Rider is probably the best one by a lot.
Yeah.
I think you just have to go with that approach. As Womble's going to be on the play, he's got an Overgrown Tomb, and Levin has no 1-drop, which is a bit surprising.
How many emissaries does he have then?
I would hope 2. Maybe that plus a Krinkos. Well, it doesn't have that either. Wow.
Firefist Striker 2 with Mutavault.
Yeah, that's dead.
Yeah, Firefist Striker plus Mutavault, one of the cute combos. You can curve Cackler, Striker, and then 3-drop. You don't even need a haste guy. You just shove with the Mutavault and have the trigger.
3 mana here. Here's a Liliana of the Veils. So this is going to make no discard. Wow. Okay. So just Liliana, no activation. That is surprising to me. As Levin is going to play a Mountain, he's going to attack this. And then maybe we'll see a Pillar of Flame finish it off. He's just going to pass the turn.
It's likely saving Pillar of Flame to go with the potential Hunt Master of the Fells.
Okay.
Prevent it from flipping and start to go crazy like it may do. No Liliana activation.
That means Womble's hand has to be like completely insane.
Absolutely.
This thing has to be Thragtusk ridden for him not to want to activate that. That's the only thing that makes any sense here for me.
I'm guessing Drew has a Hell Rider hand based on the fact that he hasn't really done anything early.
Yeah, but you know, one of the things with the red decks where, you know, I don't know what Drew's exact keep was, but I don't really like his keep either because he doesn't want to play a longer game against anybody. Here's a Mutavault going to kill Liliana. So Liliana got played and basically was a fog as Levin is going to just pass the turn back. Here's a Rakdos Key Rune, and now Womble doesn't have a 5th land, but he has a 5th mana source. But I mean, with your experience in playing mono red, and you were playing a very all-in version in Atlantic City where you top-8'd, you know, that's a deck that you aggressively mulligan with, correct?
Yeah, pretty aggressively. Especially with this list with all these 1-drops. Like a single mulligan, you know, it's not that big of an issue. You have a lot of Nutfrost to draw to.
Yeah. And you know, the plan of trying to go a little bit slower here with a card like Mutavault getting in for that, you know, that damage gets undone via Thragtusk so easily.
Mutavault is kind of, it's not a reason to keep a hand. It's still one of your lands.
Yeah.
You know, it might make you keep, you know, a slightly land-heavy hand, but you still need all the other things. Cute interaction here. We've got Mutavault getting activated by Burning Tree Emissary. Weapon Surge coming out after the Thragtusk block. Overloaded for +1 damage and killing the Thragtusk with the first strike.
So again, Weapon Surge, yeah, we'll bring that up on the screen for you guys. That's a card that gives +1/+0 and gives first strike for 1 red mana, and then if you overload it for a colorless and a red, it gives all of your creatures +1/+0 and first strike.
Yeah. Dude's got a pretty cool monocle.
Yeah, I like it. I actually like the javelin, as it were, more than the monocle, but to each their own. I actually like the weapon that he's surging.
Oh yeah.
It's like are we going to get a beast token? I hope we're getting a beast token if we're at Womble.
Looks like Drew's
There we go.
There we go. Turtle Beast. Looks like Drew's hand is just a lot of lands.
That's what it feels like. Yeah, you see Womble's hand. He has a Thragtusk. He has a Pillar of Flame. It looks like he has a Bonfire of the Damned too. Pillar going to take care of that Burning Tree Emissary. Thragtusk going to get him 5 more life, put him at 23. Might see an attack with a beast token too.
Just passing.
Yep.
You know, he's going to get ahead very soon. There's no need for him to potentially take 5 or so damage off of something. You know, maybe like a Lightning Mauler and a Firefist Striker. Some kind of combo like that.
Yeah.
Lightning Mauler is a card that's notably absent from Drew's deck that I've always liked in these decks.
Yeah, I mean, you like it for the fact that it just adds up damage and just pushes your advantage more, right?
Well, I also like it because it lets you, you know, similar to what Mutavault was doing in those curves, it lets you have these kind of funny curves where you get to trigger, you know, it used to be Pyre Heart Wolf, now Firefist Striker, a bit earlier than you normally would.
Okay. Can you afford to play Lightning Mauler and Firefist Striker in the same deck?
I don't know. If Young Pyromancer is that good, I don't know if you can.
Okay.
If you're, like, Young Pyromancer and Krankos Command definitely take up the slots that it would normally be in. So Hell Rider coming down for Drew. Womble at a very solid 23 life.
He has 6 lands right now, and he's going to attack here with a Thragtusk and the Beast token, so he's going to start getting some damage in. And if he has a 7th land for the Bonfire of the Damned in his hand, he gets to clear everything away, but he does not. He has an Abrupt Decay, so Hell Rider's going to be able to get in some damage here. But Don't forget about that Rakdos key rune that's in the back row.
Drew does not have any Searing Spears to deal with that before it blocks.
He's going to get its triggers.
Oh, yes.
Here's Mutavault's being activated. Rakdos Cackler going to bite the dust to Abrupt Decay. Big interaction, too, to keep in mind with Abrupt Decay is that it actually can't kill Mutavault.
Nope.
Because it is a land.
Yeah. We've seen that a bit in Modern and a bit in Legacy, too, with Manlands not dying. Occasional Mishra's Factory in Legacy and Modern, a lot of Raging Ravines and Celestial Conrads and Inkmoth Nexus not dying to Abrupt Decay.
That was part of the reason I did not like it at Pro Tour Return to Ravnica, the fact that it could not kill Inkmoth Nexus, Blinkmoth Nexus, or Raging Ravine.
Yeah, I left all of my opponents having Abrupt Decay.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
I played
It's the best
0 in
ever.
the 75 of the Jund deck.
Okay. Key Rune gonna block down this Hell Rider. Drew has a Dyna Charge in his hand, it looks like. He's debating whether to fire it off, I think.
It looks like it is going to... No, it's just going to be a couple of guys. Going to be a Foundry Street Denizen and Pillar of Flame going to take care of the Rakdos key rune. And just going to pass the turn back. I mean, severely outclassed right now on the board is Levin. And with Womble having a Bonfire of the Damned in his hand as well, he's going to draw a card, fix his library. Draws that looks like a Farseek, but I'm not positive.
Yeah, it's probably one of the promo ones.
Yeah. In for 8 yet again. Gonna put Levin down to 4.
Oh, that's a new promo Scavenging Ooze.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is like a real showcase of why this card is so good.
It's so much better than Ground Seal. Yeah.
You know, it's a 5/5 right now with all these activations. 5/5 gain through life. It's basically a Thragtusk at this point in the game.
All right, you win this argument.
You know, so I've got my article half written over here, and I was like, yeah, I'm not sure about Scavenging Ooze. I'm just like watching 2 games with it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this card is just as good as I ever remember it being in Legacy. I just want to play it all day long.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and it's really good. I mean, it was really good in Legacy. And I don't even think it's worse now. It's just like Maverick just isn't very good right now in Legacy.
Yeah, it's Deathrite Shaman kind of does the same thing.
Yeah.
You don't need like a Scavenging Ooze and a Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're both in this format, but I know which one I'm going to be casting. I am now super excited to play with this card in Modern, in this format, just anywhere I can. Again, it's about a year ago I was like, this is the card that will fix Modern. It'll be awesome, and I'm just looking at it now. I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to do this. It's so great.
So Scavenging Ooze is going to gobble up 3 creatures in Levin's graveyard. He's going to go up to 19, 5/5 in the house. As you mentioned, he can have the opportunity to block. The interesting thing here for Drew is, like, I don't think he can win this game, so like I wouldn't want to show any more cards. Like, if he has Dyna Charge in his hand, I would not want to show that.
Absolutely not.
Like, I have no interest in letting my opponent know that, like, they need to keep everything off the board that I have at all time. And if you're, I don't want Levin to know also that, like, if you're Womble, you need to be mulliganing for, like, Bonfire of the Damned, and he is actually going to cast Dyna Charge. And my problem with this is, like, how much damage is he dealing? Like, is this a game-winning play? Like, is this something that's going to get him back in the game? Can he beat a Scavenging Ooze? Can he actually beat one of those?
Not right now.
Yeah.
You could have beat it like 5 turns ago, but not today.
I just feel like, I feel like this is a situation where giving up the information is detrimental to Drew. All it's doing is helping Ed.
Well, to be fair, if you see Weapon Surge, you might already know about that one.
Maybe, but there's no guarantee. I mean, he knows now. You don't know how informed people are. Is he going to show
Reverse
Bonfire?
Miracle?
Yeah.
No, I like that one.
Yep. You don't know how informed people are about this particular deck list. Like,
That's
yes, Drew is 4-0. Yes, he's a big name player, so maybe some people were watching him play, that sort of thing. But, like, if you're not familiar with Drew, if you're not familiar with this deck, you probably don't have a very good idea of what's going on. So by showing Dyna Charge and revealing kind of what the pieces to the puzzle are for your deck, you may be getting a little information for the next 2 games, as Womble's going to win game number 1 over Levin. We'll take a look at Levin's sideboard first, because he's going to be on the play. The obvious one that's in his sideboard, the one that he bought before the tournament, he told me.
Very excited about it.
Yeah, he's going to sideboard 4 of these in.
Well, first of all, he boards up to 2 more Mutavaults.
Yep.
Full play set, 22 lands. Why is he going to 22 lands? What's he boarding in? He's got a 4-drop.
Yeah.
Burning Earth.
Yeah, this is the one that Jund does not want to play against. Pat Cox, if you follow him on Twitter, he said, hey, this morning he tweeted, hey, what's the best answer for Burning Earth for a Jund deck? And everyone was like,
Die?
yeah, it's like, I think Golgari Charm, maybe. And someone else said it's reworking your mana base, and he's like, I don't have enough time for that. So
Yeah, I think he made a comment about, he's like 2-0, last Rana Red opponent didn't have Burning Earth. I was just saying, yeah, that card is, there are 0 basics in this deck.
Yes.
0.
that's
And
correct.
There are 18 in Drew's deck. This is the one-sided mana barb you've always wanted.
Yeah. And he's boarding up to enough lands to be able to cast it reliably with 2 more Mutavaults, which is a nice, I think that's good deck building too, because now you're boarding in 2 more mana lands, so you're actually up to 4 mana lands. Gives you enough lands to cast your burning Earths and enough threats in your deck.
Yeah, it's awesome because you're not actually losing any sort of threat density by boarding a Mutavault. You're actually going up on threat density post-board because you're probably boarding out, some of your Dyna charges here. It might actually be that Drew is trying to show the Dyna charge, you just board it out because against Jund, I don't think you necessarily want that card.
I could see that being the case, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like put the fear in him, just send it away.
Sure.
I like that. There's some skull cracks here. I don't want those. I don't want Missing Mortars. I don't even like Markham Mutiny that much.
And then he's got Electrickery in his sideboard, which is pretty bad here.
Yeah, really, I'm looking at the sideboard, and it's like 2 Missing Mortars, 3 Electrickeries for aggro mirrors, 2 Burning Earth, or 2 Mutavaults for Burning Earths, and 3 blanks. There are 4 blanks. I don't like Skullcrack. I don't like Marking Mutiny against anything.
Yeah, I think he's got an easy 6 to board in, and 4 Burning or 2 Mutavault. Sideboards out, as you said, maybe the 4 Dyna charges, like a Weapon Surge and like a Mystery card. Pillar of Flame, not exactly
I like
exciting.
the Weapon Surge. The Weapon Surge battles through Thragtusk.
Okay, sure.
So I'd probably board out like 2 Pillars.
Yeah, I think that's completely reasonable.
Not even that good.
No, it's
it
really
just takes
not.
out Ooze, takes out Huntmaster.
And it may take out Ooze. Like, there's no guarantee.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taking a look at Ed's sideboard here, what's he got against aggro decks? Well, he's starting 2 Scavenging Oozes and he's bringing in 2 more. He's also got 2 more copies of Tragic Slip to go with his 2 in his main deck. 2 Duress, 2 Rurik Thar, not so great. 2 Garruk Primal Hunters, not so great either. He's got an Underworld Connection, the Curse of Death's Hold. Meh.
Curse of Death's Hold is scary, man.
It's really good against Drew's deck if he can get the 5 mana, but if Drew plays a Burning Earth, are you going to take 5 to cast Curse of Death's Hold?
Well, if you aren't dead, you'll probably kill him with it.
Okay, all right.
Actually, Drew's deck has, let's see, Rakdos Cackler, Emissary, 3 Hellriders, and 4 Mutavaults. His other 20 creatures or so die to Curse. So you lock him out a little bit. Just a little.
Just a little. Then he's got 1 Pillar of Flame, an additional Liliana of the Veil. Hopefully we'll see an activation Liliana of the Veil in this game from Ed Womble. But the big card that's interesting here is Duress. And the reason I think that's kind of interesting is simply because Womble is so weak to Burning Earth that he might have to take a desperate measure like this and board in Duress to be able to nab one.
That's actually one of the downsides of this list is that you have other Duress targets, so they're actually incentivized to bring it in. Whereas if you're just like a traditional mono red, Pyre Heart Wolf, Boros Reckoner style list with Burning Earth, you could just Duress. Don't have it this game. Nice card.
Yep. So here's a Tragic Slip to take care of the Foundry Street Denizen. Gonna take 2 now, so he doesn't take 2 or potentially 4 later. So gonna go down to 18 is Womble, takes care of that. Levin draws his card for the turn. Here's a Mountain. There's another Foundry Street Denizen. Passes the turn. And you see the Burning Earth in his hand already. I think any hand that he has Burning Earth and like 2 or 3 lands is an immediate keep.
I think the best part of Burning Earth in these decks was a Market Immunity.
Yep.
I like Burning Earth a lot because, or compared to Mana Barbs in the old days, because multiple Burning Earths actually does something.
Yeah.
Like, you aren't just like, oh my gosh, I'm paying 4 life to play my second one. It's just like, yeah, okay, here's the second one, deal with it.
Yep.
Womble missing a land drop.
Yeah, missing a land drop, and Drew cannot slam down Burning Earth fast enough. So Burning Emissary gets in for 2. Womble draws a Kessig Wolf Run, in case you're wondering at home, that is non-basic. And gonna pass the turn back. So Levin is sitting pretty right now. He has 2 lands and a Market Mutiny in his hand. Putrefy gonna take down that. You're gonna have to take 3 to do that, Ed.
Gosh,
which he does
good.
do.
Oh, I want to do this to people. I want to watch the look on other people's faces as I do this to people.
Womble draws his card for the turn. It's a Stomping Ground. That's gonna come into play tapped. He has a Huntmaster of the Fells in his hand. Not interested in casting that, as Levin is flooding out. He has nothing. As Womble's going to take 4, actually only take 2, because of Huntmaster the trigger.
Goes to 11.
So Levin needs to get some sort of offense, because yes, he does have Burning Earth, but he needs to be able to actually back that up with something.
Yeah, this Huntmaster could just go all the way. It is 6 power.
Wow, another Mountain and passes the turn back. Huntmaster's going to flip. Going to deal 11-2. Going to put him down to 18. Farseek the draw. In for 6 comes Womble.
Yeah, he's just not going to cast spells anymore, I think.
Yep, he's just going to pass the turn back. Levin going to draw a card. Another mountain passes the turn back. Unreal. Womble comes in for 6 more. Going to put Levin down to 6. He's going to draw a card. It's another Burning Earth.
Wow.
And he just passes the turn back. Womble draws his card, attacks, and Levin is going to extend the hand. So Ed Womble misses his 3rd land drop. Levin has the Burning Earth hand, but he draws all lands in that game and ends up losing.
He does not look very happy about
I
that.
would not be very happy about losing that game either, as Ed Womble is going to win the match 2-0. Jun defeats Mono Red, where Drew, I think, keeps a perfectly reasonable hand, almost like a perfect hand after sideboard, excluding a Mutavault, and ends up losing.
Yeah, he did not draw any of his Mutavaults. It was all the mountains that game. Yeah.
No Mutavaults, draws a Burning Earth, no creatures. First 3 creatures are taken care of, and that's it.
You can see 2 Duresses and a Curse of Deathhold came in.
Yep.
That Womble was very aware that this Burning Earth would get him very well.
Yeah, I mean, that's a frustrating loss for anybody. You can see Levin is a little bit frustrated by that loss, and I would be too, where, you know, I think that Game 1, I don't think Drew's Keep was very good. Didn't really get to play or interact with him the way that he wanted to.